Rusame reader, Crow Song! And today I will be reading to you from Take 2 by Miriorite. Now, on to Chapter 28, Confession. I'm reporting live from the event venue. We just saw world-class sports player Brazil enter the venue. It seems Japan is currently entering as well, a reporter exclaimed with great excitement. He clung to his microphone tighter. This event was a 1 in 1,000 opportunity to be able to get this close to world stars. Two actors got out of the same car. When they stepped out, all cameras turned to them. The blinding lights flashed continuously as they walked into the building. The reporter seemed overjoyed at this. Look, it's the two stars of the newest hit movie, Russia and America. They definitely are the biggest hits as of now. Them walking together is quite the sight to the eye. I was almost blinded by their handsomeness. He covered his eyes to express what he said in more depth. When the two of them walked into the building, all eyes were definitely on them, but both paid no attention to it due to being used to the attention. I feel like everyone's staring at us. How creepy. America chuckled. He then raised an eyebrow and added, You're wearing a new suit. What's the special occasion? He then proceeded to knock on the taller male's chest a few times, as if spontaneous. Russia smirked. I have to look good when I receive the award, don't I? America paused for a second before replying in a smug manner. Look who learned to be arrogant. I learnt it from you, Russia added one last time before entering further into the venue. Hey, you asshole, you're the one who convinced me to stop acting timidly and let my true personality shine, but now you're teasing me like this? The American pouted and caught up to him. This was, in fact, what they talked about right before leaving for the event. America reluctantly agreed, but he secretly felt so free being able to act like he usually would again. They both examined the main venue. The main venue was huge. It was similar to the venue for operas. Are there assigned seats? Not that I know of, Russia responded nonchalantly, secretly analyzing which seat would be best for them to just interact without being disturbed. He continued, saying, Let's sit there. He pointed at a desolate corner, but it had a nice view of the stage. America teased, Such a desolate corner. Are you trying to be alone with me? The Russian replied almost immediately with a firm tone. That's right. How did you know? Despite asking the question, he wasn't actually asking. It was more like a courting technique. America's cheeks flushed pink slightly as he smiled. Since when have you been such a jokester? Come on, the event is about to start. The shorter male led the other by the hand to the seats. The tricolored country stared at the hand that held his, but said nothing. The second they sat down, the lights in the room dimmed and a voice was heard on the speakers. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host for today. My name is United Nations, or you can call me UN for short. The man flashed an award-winning smile at the cameras. He was quite a famous name in the entertainment industry. UN was the one with the most connections. He recruited talents, arranged events, and much more. Most would refer to him as a mastermind of the industry. America, being the ex-number-1 star, would naturally have met UN. They got along pretty well and had a few dinners together to discuss his upcoming shows. He wasn't a bad guy, but he did have a regal air around him. Russia's natural personality was cold and quiet. Meanwhile, UN was more gallant and imposing. But either way, both of them are just as intimidating. UN flipped open the small cue card in his hands. I won't waste any of your time. Shall we start with the awarding ceremony? Well, even if no one answered, he would still start with it anyway. He called up many famous figures and awarded them their rightful awards. They all stood on that very same stage and smiled to the cameras, then delivering their speeches of thanks. America remembered the countless times he had been called up to the stage. Every time he was overjoyed. He didn't expect to win anything today, but at least he hoped his friends would win something today. I'll try harder next year, he thought to himself. And the winner for Best Actress is... America's ears instantly blurred. All he could do is watch as the same lady that walked up to the stage with a smile. Those same emerald green eyes staring at him from atop the stage. America didn't want to listen to her speech. He just sighed in regret. But in all honesty, he didn't hold much hatred for her. Sure, he disliked her, but dislike was all he felt. He didn't feel enough fury to ruin her career, because he knew that the both of them had worked hard for the achievements they got until now. The American turned to Russia. His face was scary and the air was chilly. The Russian stared at the stage and glowered. His gaze was sharp as blades and cold as ice. Hey, lighten up. What are you looking so gloomy for? America snaked his arm around Russia's and smirked. It's nothing. Then the break period started. This was the period where people could get drinks and talk to one another for a short amount of time. The two of them walked to the drink table and took a sip before placing it down on the table. A few friends came up to talk to them. Hey Russia! Hey America! Poland waved at them. Congrats, Poland, on getting an award. America congratulated sincerely. The taller male just nodded along. Thank you. I should get back to Germany. He's probably waiting for me. Okay, goodbye then. America picked up Russia's drink and held it in his hands. That's my drink, Russia informed the American. I know. What were you thinking, America joked. Russia's face flushed bright red. He covered his mouth with the back of his hand and said nothing. America placed the drink back down. He wanted to tease some more, but right at that moment, the lights dimmed once more. They sat back down. UN appeared on the stage and continued his awarding ceremony until the last category came up. Now, last but not least, the #1 star overall in the entertainment industry goes to Russia! Congratulations! Come up to the stage to get your award. The sound of applause vibrated within the room. This one was the loudest of all, but Russia only paid attention to the applause right next to him. Congrats! I knew you could do it. The taller male's eyes seemed to soften for a moment. Ripples of gentleness were visible in his eyes. He looked like he was about to tear up. When Russia got up on stage and took his award, he stood in front of the microphone to say his speech. I'd like to thank everyone who has been by my side from the start till now. Thank you for leading me to this point in my life. Everyone knew Russia. He was quiet and cold, so everyone expected his speech to end here. Every time he got an award, his speech would always end here. But on the contrary to everyone's expectations, He actually continued. I'd also like to thank a very special someone for inspiring me to start my acting in the first place. They are and will be the only person I'll ever love romantically in my entire life. When we met, we were young, and they got me out of a rough time and fueled my passion for acting. I've admired them from afar ever since I was young, and I really love their works with all my heart. I think they're amazing. I don't think I would ever be here today without them. I believe they're watching right now, so I'd like to say thank you so much, and I'll tell you my feelings in front of you once the time is right. That is all. Thank you. He finished and walked off the stage. There was a total uproar amidst the reporters and amidst the audience. The channel that was live streaming this event in live time was bombarded with comments to the point where the app almost had to be shut down for maintenance. What did he just confess? This is shocking. The Cold Entertainment King actually has someone he likes. Who's the lucky lady? I'd like to have a chat. That was so bold of him to say that in front of everyone in the largest event of the entertainment industry. That was such a sweet story between the two of them. I want to meet this person ASAP! I wonder who they are. Could it be Japan? South Korea? Idiot, you're just naming the most famous female stars. Try considering more infamous names. If she was world famous, why wouldn't Russia just disclose their identity immediately? Wouldn't it just give them more clout? I see, that is quite reasonable. Back in the main venue, Yuan spoke again after being stunned silent. Well, that was quite an unexpected turn of events. I am curious now. Yuan chuckled, but moved on soon after. America was in a small state of panic. Thoughts flooded in his head. Russia said he knew this person ever since they were young. Meanwhile, we only met once he'd started his career. So the person he spoke of isn't... America stopped his train of thought, but then continued anyway. In any case, I'm very disheartened, but I do hope they find happiness together. It's quite the story they have. America's expression was gloomy. He couldn't hide the gloominess in his heart. I wish that person was me. And that's the end of this chapter. And darn. Anyway, I'd like to invite you to join the Discord, which is linked down in the description below. That being said, I hope you have a nice rest of your day, night, or whatever it is for you. Just enjoy your time. And I will see you tomorrow.